Hi, students. These are your sight words for the week, paired with your long U spelling words. And I'm going to do your last spelling test a little bit differently. Instead of testing the whole group, the whole class, I am going to just do a check-in with each student individually to see how they would like to be, to see how they would be comfortable saying their spelling words to me or spelling them for me. But like how we always do, I'm going to give 3 bonus words. And I am really encourage you guys to put these words into your word book so you guys can be familiar with them and get to understand these words. But your first word is behind. Behind. Now, what does it mean to be behind someone? Or maybe, for example, your dog is behind the table. So behind means the object is something's before the main object. So like the table was before the dog. The dog was behind the table. The table was in front of the dog. So behind is meaning like direction of an object. Your second word is ran. Ran. The gingerbread man ran from the baker. Ran. Boat. Boat. Have you been on a sailboat before? Boat. A boat is a way of transportation on the water. Boat. Game. Game. Now, is this where the long A or short A sound? Game. It's the long A because we say the letter name of A instead of the A. Game. What is your favorite game? Miss Schultz likes to play hide and go seek, and she also likes to play the board game Monopoly. If you guys have not tried that board game, you need to try it. It's fun. Warm. Warm. Are you cold or are you warm? So warm means that you feel heat. You feel hot. Warm. Ring. Ring. Make sure you bring your tablet or iPad to the class meeting. Bring. So bring means to carry with you. Bring. Dry. Now, when something's wet and when something's not wet, it's dry. So dry means that there's no liquid, no fluids or anything on it. It's just dry. When you touch it, you feel nothing back. But for example, if you touched a water glass, you would feel wet. So dry means like when you touch something, you don't feel anything. Dry. Language. Language. In the United States, most of the people speak English, but if you travel to, for example, France, people speak French. So language is a way for people to communicate. So we communicate now by speaking in English. But if you guys travel somewhere else, to like I said, France or Spain, in Spain they speak Spanish, so they speak a different language. Yo soy profesora Susana. That was my bad Spanish, but I just said I am teacher Susana. But that was how they would communicate in Spain, is using that language. Shape. In math, you're going to learn about the different kinds of shapes. So an object might be a circle where they have no hard edges, or another shape could be a triangle or square. Deep. Now, is this the long E or short E? Deep. It's the long E since we're saying the letter name of E. Deep. Now, for example, when you go to the pool, when you first walk in, it's kind of shallow. The water's not as high. It's kind of low. But as you keep on walking further and further out into the pool, notice it gets higher up. So once you go to the edge of the pool, it gets very, very deep. So deep is like when water is very, very high, deep. So most of the time you're unable to stand in deep water. Full. When you first pour water into a glass, it's full, but once you drink it, it becomes low. But full means when something's filled up to the brim. So maybe if you have a mason jar full of strawberries, they are filled up to the brim. But maybe if you eat those strawberries, they're not full anymore because you ate most of them. Full. Hot. And this word also goes with the word warm that I just discussed earlier. But warm is like, you feel pretty comfortable with warm. But if you're hot, like you're sweating, it's really hot outside. Like maybe if you go to the desert, it's very, very hot. But most of the time when people are hot, they're very uncomfortable because they're sweating and feeling, kind of gross. They want it to be cooler. Hot. Cannot. So the word cannot goes with the word can't. But cannot means like someone's unable to do something or you can't do something. So for example, Miss Schultz cannot do a cartwheel. I've tried, but I can never do that. So Miss Schultz cannot do a cartwheel. Dark, and the opposite of dark is light. So at night, what happens to the sky? It gets dark, and you don't see a lot of light during the night. But dark, it gets night. Or at night, it gets dark, sorry. Ball. Do you like to play sports? If so, which sports do you like to play? Like you notice in almost all of the sports, there's different types of balls. Like there's, baseballs where it's very small, or a basketball, which is kind of a huge, medium-sized ball. And then if you get football, that's a completely different shape of a ball. But all of those are types of balls. Ball. Special. All of my students are special in their own way. So special is what makes a person unique. So like, for example, maybe your sibling can do a cartwheel with one hand. That's what makes them special. And then, for example, maybe you could touch the basketball hoop. But special is like what unique characteristics that you have that make you different from someone else. Special. Include. Now, include means like you want someone else to be part of something. So, for example, maybe you and your friends were playing on the playground with each other, and you see your classmates and you want to include them in the game. So you would say, come on over, we're playing an awesome game, you should join us. So include means like you invite someone over, or and another way we use the word include is like maybe when I send like the daily lesson plan of the day, I like to include like a plan for the day with the attendance sheet. But include means like you want to also add something to like an email. And that is all of our sight words for this week. And if you want more practice, please feel free to contact me. And 3 of these words will be on your Long U spelling test. And I'm not going to do the Long U like normally on Fridays as a whole group. I'm going to take the week of the May 17th through the 21st to do just like one-on-one testing or one-on-one check-ins with students to see how comfortable they are with like the math that I'm going to ask students for that week, or for the Long U spelling test. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.